Hello, I'm David Masip, and I have a couple questions for you. First is, who here is familiar with unit testing? Who here is familiar with PyTest? Who here runs very slow tests? Some of you. Okay. So for the ones who run very slow tests, this plugin helps you run the slowest tests in the end. So the fastest tests run first, the slower second. And I'm going to show you a quick demo and then how I built it. So the quick demo is the following. So I have a Python library, and I'm running this PyTest on the power analysis module, and you're gonna see that it takes quite a lot, and it was like 10 seconds, and we just had like 20% of the test running. While if I do it with the slow last, in 10 seconds I have 70% of the test running, and this is not that the tests are running faster. Like at the end, we're going to see that they have the same amount of total time, but in the right case, I'm running first the very simple test. This was useful to me because I was running this huge test suite, and whenever you do a silly error, it shows up in the in any test anyway, so you don't need to wait for the very long test to run, no? And we see here that we are 90% in the right and still 50% in the left. And then this is super easy to build. It's just one file, and I'm going to show you in the rest of the time how I did it. So essentially, I'm using this PyTest collection modify items. And if you run the PyTest command with the slow last, it's gonna order the items by duration. And by duration is this other function that essentially gets this test durations dictionary, and for each test gets its duration. And how do we compute each duration? It's via these two methods, this check duration and duration cache. The most relevant one is the check duration. Essentially, the thing that it's doing is before a test runs, it's storing this start time, and after the test is run, it calculates the duration and stores it in this request node dictionary that PyTest has. So the first time that you run the PyTest, it's not going to work with the slow last. It's not going to sort in any meaningful manner. But from the second time, it works. And I think this is it. You can see that most of the tests run here, while in here we're still at 70%. And yeah, the logic of the dictionary that I showed before is we are storing whenever we run a PyTest command, a dictionary with keys for each test and values for the time it takes to run. And then when we run the next PyTest command, we're just ordering the test by the value of the dictionary. And that's it. Actually, the first one finished before because I had run it before, but I was waiting a long time to have like 50% of the test. So they took more or less the same time, but this one I had quicker feedback. And that's it.
Great, you saved 1 minute. Okay, David Batista. Go ahead, David.
How do I just start mirroring?
Yeah. So we can see your password.
Yeah. Okay. I will change it afterwards.
Okay.
So hi everyone. I'm going to show an application that a colleague of mine did using Haystack called AutoQuizer. And what it does is you give it a web page. He will scrap the text of the web page and build a quiz out of it, which you can answer, and then he will tell the score if it's correct or wrong. And you can play it yourself. And you can also then ask an LLM to play it itself using only the internal knowledge or going to the web to try to get answers. He has here some default topics, but since we are at a Python conference, let's just use the Wikipedia page of the Python conference. And I hope you guys will give suggestions for the answers. So where did the first PyCon conference take place? Anyone wants to take a chance? I don't know. Santa Clara, okay. Who is the author of the Python language? This one, okay, we all agree, I guess. What is the name of the organization that organized PyCon? First one, are you sure? Yeah, okay. What is the name of the group that often has concurrent sessions at PyCon? PyLadies, Django Girls, Microsoft developers, Google engineers. I would say it's PyLadies. What is the name of the conference paper that sometimes refers to PyCon? Probably Journal of Python Programming? None of the above? Okay, let's just go with this one. Okay, so we got only two, well, only two correct, okay. 40%, okay. So let's ask the LLM to play. And let's first, what it's called the closed bookism. The LLM will only use the internal knowledge to try to answer. Okay, 60%, a bit better than us. It got the first one correct that we got wrong, the author as well, this one as well, okay. I think there's a bug here or something is wrong on the Wikipedia article. And now let's try with the web so that it can go to the web to try to get the results. Okay, it was also 40, not good. So the web is definitely wrong. I mean, you can try this out. I was trying to, okay, it's here, I think. If you want to take a picture, this is where you have the implementation. This was a work done by Stefano. Try it out. You can put it with any web page and you can play around with it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Pietro?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I already prepared
Oh, the
presentation
same
thanks
computer.
to. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I have 5 minutes,
Yes,
and
you
I
have
thought
5.
that I could fit a short history of AI.
Go ahead.
Since AI really started with ChatGPT a bit more than 2 years ago, and not much has happened since then.
Of course, nothing, basically.
I eventually found out that there is more to it, and so here is a very compressed history of AI, and compression fits very well with AI. After all, ChatGPT is just a big zip file. So, in Anno Domini 60, hero of Alexandria created what might have been the world's first practical programmable machine, an automatic theater. I find fascinating that the first historical record of AI, according to Schmidhuber, and who am I to contradict the guy, is about a form of art that stubbornly refuses to die. But AI seems to be coming for artists, after all. Around 1580, Rabbi Jada Low ben Bezalel of Prague creates the golem. Animated by truth but lacking free will, a golem always does exactly what is told. The golem is incredibly powerful, but its obedience also brings danger. And I think it's not time yet to retire this foundational myth of AI and science fiction. In 1770, Wolfgang van Kempelen built the Mechanical Turk, a chess-playing machine that was revealed only 80 years later to be a hoax. I guess there is a lesson against closed-source AI hidden somewhere inside the Mechanical Turk. In 1843, Ada Lovelace, in the same set of notes where she published the first program of history for a machine that would never be built, makes the following remark: the analytical engine has no pretensions whatever to originate anything. It can do whatever we know how to order it to perform. It can follow analysis, but it has no power of anticipating any analytical relations or truths. It is rather well known that the first appearance of a neuron model was in an article of 1943 by McCulloch and Pitts. It is less well known that the same article stimulated an analysis by mathematician Stephen Kleine, which introduced a tool used by every developer, regular expressions. In 1961, Donald Amici designed and built Matchbook Educable Notes and Crosses engine, a mechanical computer made of 304 matchboxes that can learn how to play tic-tac-toe. Roughly 40 years later, I read about Menes in an Italian crossword weekly magazine, and it is still the best image I have in my mind of what reinforcement learning is about. Around 1966, Joseph Weizenbaum created ELIZA, a chatbot that was able to simulate a psychotherapist of the Rogerian school. The technology used is mainly pattern matching using regular expressions. Weizenbaum said at the time, "What I had not realized is that extremely short exposure to a relatively simple computer program could induce powerful delusional thinking into quite normal people." In 1969, Marvin Minsky and Seymour Papert published the book Perceptrons. The book contains a number of mathematical proofs that emphasized limitations of a neural nets-based approach to AI and was influential in concentrating research efforts toward the symbolic approach. In 1979, Hans Movaerets was able to make the Stanford cart cross a room filled with chairs without human intervention in about 5 hours. He later phrased what is now known as Moravec's paradox. It's comparatively easy to make computer exhibit adult-level performance on intelligence tests or playing checkers, and difficult or impossible to give them the skills of a 1-year-old when it comes to perceptions and mobility. In 1996, a rather unknown Italian company develops Mistral, an expert system that is still used in dams around the world to monitor their safety. Expert systems were the first truly successful AI technology that, starting in the 70s, generated excitement and big investments, until they didn't anymore. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much. We have 4 minutes left, so you have to be super fast.
1 minute more than I expected. Okay, we are good. Almost. Yeah, so hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to, I'm feeling a bit nervous. It's more people that I've seen since I left India. So I'm very nervous right now, but take 2 or 3 seconds, slow down. It's been a busy day. After all, we are at a Python conference, right? It's not a C conference or something. So take your time. And huge round of applause to our volunteers. Nothing would have been possible without volunteers. Maybe a bit more would have been possible if we have paid them, but
You can pay tips, actually.
I also volunteered. No, I didn't. So now when we talk about presentation, stage 1 is preparation, right? Like you should know your audience, you should prepare according to your audience, you should give your mock talk to your friends probably. Not very true for my case, I don't have friends. But yeah, I am sure you would have, and you would have a better attempt trying it, and use jargons, right? A lot of jargons, this local LLM I ran in my 2-bit computer and it was perfect and phenomenal. Know your audience truly, right? Because they know nothing. They literally know nothing. I'm telling you. So stage 1 was preparation, stage 2 is execution, right? Now you're prepared that your audience know nothing. Now you should know something so that you can give it back to your audience. So know your topic, or at least try to know your topic, like act like you know your topic. Just look to someone who really looks serious in their eye and be like, yeah, I think I know my topic, Yeah, we'll meet at an LLM conference someday. Even if you don't, confidence is the key. Or maybe know at least a little bit, right? Know at least about the syntax of print hello world. I think that's the beginning, right, of Python. Is this wrong? Something is wrong? ChatGPT is still not good to make presentations. But yeah, have your friends in the audience, but it's not true for me. Do I have friends in the audience? Oh, this is the best crowd ever. Because when you have friends in the audience, this happens. Before you even finish your sentence, which is quite nice, Thank you. And again, ChatGPT, not built for presentations. But at least it tells me that, you should bullet number correctly. Last but not the least is the wrap-up part, right? That when you try to make a quote and make it memorable, even though if you read it 3 times, it would probably make no sense at all. But for first few seconds, it looks good. Respect time, very important. We all are doing our best to respect time. Some of you, maybe not. I am trying my best as far as possible. They say it took 5 minutes. I think I took about 3. So thank you.
Yay, amazing.
But did you really think I will just use 3 minutes? So there is a rapid part 2. Don't interrupt when the applause. Let it be in your mind when you go to your sleep. You know, I closed the conference and there was a keynote speaker after me, but who cares, you know? I want to remember it. And if anyone has any questions, I'm sorry. Take as much time as possible so there's no time for question. I'll meet you outside later. Choose.
This is great. Save some time.